And welcome, 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 huge welcome to our Voices of the 21st Century Unstoppable Women Standing Strong, our book launch day. We are so excited. We have 37 authors who have been working hard for the last 9 months. This book didn't just appear, it has been a journey. And today you're going to hear from our authors about that journey, about the stories they put in there, their heart and soul, and expose their most personal stories that make this book so precious. I wanted to bring up to the floor first to welcome us in Gail Watson, the founder of Women Speakers Association.
Hello, everyone. I'm super excited because today we celebrate the launch of Voices of the 21st Century Unstoppable Women Standing Strong, a living testament to courage, resilience, and truth. So, first, I'd like to honor all the extraordinary women who shared their stories rooted deeply in truth. Each voice in these pages stands tall like a tree, grounded, unwavering, and reaching towards the light. So, together, to all the authors here, together, you are not just individual stories, you are a forest. You're strong, enduring, and forever bound by the front and back cover of this book. So stay connected through your shared strengths, lived experiences, and your unstoppable spirit. I also want to do a quick thank you to Zan Johns, who shares a powerful poem. As soon as you open the pages of this book, you are greeted by her talent in encapsulating the theme of this book, and it's called Close to the Forest and the Trees, which I know we'll hear later on today's call. And I'd like to put out a heartfelt appreciation as we acknowledge the foreword by Dr. Desiree Aragon, who we all affectionately know her as Dr. Desi, whose inspiration shaped our theme and whose voice set the tone of what this collection represents: hope, empowerment, and transformation. And just before we meet the authors, I'd just like to share an excerpt from the foreword. It reads, "We begin the discovery by asking ourselves what we need for a brighter tomorrow. What can we learn during this season of life? How can this transition lead to something good?" The women featured in this book have asked these questions and are sharing their lessons. We are not superwomen. None of us have it all figured out. We are women who have weathered the storms of life and put our experiences on display so we might collectively learn together. We are women able to stand in our own personal truth, regardless of others' opinions. We are women committed to personal growth. Most importantly, we are women willingly using our voices to inspire us all to build a better, more loving world.
Wow. just so wonderful. Dr. Desi really captured it, and thank you so much for providing this platform for us all. So let's jump right in and hear from our authors. Annette, would you like to start us off?
Thank you so much, Laura. Hi, everyone. I'm sorry, I'm Annette Bacon, and my chapter is called Unstoppable Love. It's a deeply personal story of caregiving, grief, and fierce advocacy for a family member with Huntington's disease. A journey that pushed me beyond exhaustion and into a powerful redefining of what resilience really means. Unstoppable Love is a raw and empowering story for every woman who's ever lost herself trying to save someone else, offering a powerful reminder that that resilience means learning to rise in yourself. So if you've ever been the strong one for someone else, this chapter's for you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are already getting inspired by both Gail and Annette's sharing here, feel free to grab the book. It's on Amazon. Today it's 99 cents. You'll be supporting all of these women here, our bestseller launch at And you can find the links at voicesofthe21stcenturybook.com. So let's hear from Meng.
Hello, everyone. My name's Menkwa Shepherd. First thing I want to say is it's been a great honor to be part of this amazing book. So my chapter, it's titled Monsters in My Head. It's about, I think all of us have this. It's about how I realized many years ago how the thoughts in my head was running my life. It wasn't about reality, it wasn't about facts, it was just about those thoughts. So read my chapter because I tell you about how I learned to master quietening the mind, not letting that thoughts become reality, and how to quieten the noise in your head, but not switch it off. And by doing that, what we do is we change the relationship we have with all those thoughts, and suddenly life, you start looking at life through a different lens. That helped me face huge challenges. One of them was my business almost burnt down. I got through that, rebuilt it within 24 hours. So please read my chapter and see how I did it.
Yeah, definitely read her chapter. This is amazing. Thank you, Meng. I would like to bring up to the stage, a spotlight, Laura Riel.
Hello, everybody. My name is Laura Reel. I'm from Sydney, Australia. This is my second time round featured in Voices of the 21st Century book. My chapter is called The Noise Detox, and it's about me becoming unstoppable, but the hard way. So learn what took me over 30 years in an easy 3-step system that's tailored to you, because it's your body, your health, your peace of mind, your goals, and more importantly, your life. So pick up the book and start making small changes to lead a better life. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so inspired. I don't know if I can't wait to read all these chapters. So again, to get the book, voices of the 21st century book.com. And Jennifer, we'd love to hear from you.
Hi, everybody. I'm really excited about this. This is my first venture, so thank you to everyone for sharing your stories. My name is Jennifer Bernardo, and the title of my chapter is Remember Who You Are. It was inspired by my late mom. A defining moment in my life was my heartbreak, my divorce. And these were the words she said to me that stuck when I was going through it. Remember, Jennifer, who you are. So that defining moment, I want people to know that that isn't the spotlight. It's the journey that got you there. Every doubt, every setback, every quiet tear would shape a voice that refuses to disappear. And if this defining moment teaches us anything, it's this, at least it was for me. The most powerful chapters in our life begin the day we decide we are unstoppable. I hope my chapter inspires you, and I hope that you remember who you are. Thank you.
Thank you for the reminder. And that is what every chapter does. Thank you. Thank you. And Marcia, we'd love to hear from you next.
Thank you, Laura. My name is Marcia Lake. I'm from Sydney, Australia. My chapter is Grief and Flourishing in the Face of Loss. And my story comes from the heart with personal experiences I have encountered, presenting multiple emotions, inner strength, continued perseverance, and having a new perspective in life. And my wish is that it will help others who are struggling with grief. Enjoy the book. Thank you.
I know a lot of people are dealing with grief, if not all of us. So thank you, Marcia. Karen, we'd love to hear from you next.
Hi, everyone. My name is Karen. My chapter is called It Always Begins with a Whisper. For women experiencing domestic abuse, unstoppable always begins with a whisper. But importantly, at the bottom of my chapter, there's a QR code. And wherever you are in the world, you can scan that QR code and go directly to online domestic abuse support services.
Thank you for providing the resources you do, Karen. There are so many resources available in this book. It's not only about stories, it's about, we have your back, we have your heart, as I like to say. And to that point, Zan, tell us about your chapter.
Thank you, Laura. I'm Zan Johns, and I am thrilled to be in this book with these amazing, unstoppable women. My chapter is titled Watch Me Thrive. I share my journey as I responded to an unplanned medical diagnosis. I take you through my recovery, which included realizing that I'm part of a forest of trees. I relied on the roots that surround me so that I could recover, find peace, be present, and stand tall. I'm unstoppable. Get the book.
Yes, I love that you use the analogy for that analogy of the whole book. The cover that we have here really surrounds your story, and also the poem we started the book off with, which we will hear later. All right, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, grab your copy at voicesofthe21stcenturybook.com. Today is our bestseller launch if you want to support us. So Candace, I'd love to hear about your story that you've added to our book.
Yes, I'm Candace Platter, and my chapter is called All of a Sudden That Happened. I had a stroke, and I found that the stroke took a lot from me, but it also asked a lot of me. And what surprised me the most was discovering that I had the strength, the courage, the determination that I needed to get through this chapter in my life. I had it already inside me. So that made me even more unstoppable than I had been before. And so, as everybody has already said, get the book.
I love the diversity of our stories here and how unstoppable shows up in so many different ways. So let's hear from the unstoppable Bridget Stills next.
Hello, everybody. So pleased to be here today. My chapter's called A Family's Journey of Resilience and Adaptation. This chapter of my life is not just about pain or survival. It's about growth. It's about learning to find your voice, holding on to hope when everything else feels uncertain, and rising again no matter how many times you're pushed down. I'd say the takeaway is a testament to resilience, transformation, showing that even through pain and uncertainty, growth is possible. It's about discovering your voice, holding on to hope, and choosing to rise stronger and being that unstoppable woman. Please read my chapter and find out the rest. Thank you.
I'm intrigued, although I just read your chapter, so it totally delivers that. I think I read it again for the second time. That's how good it was. So Jackie, we'd love to hear from you next about your chapter.
So my name is Jackie Anderson, and my chapter is called From Duct Tape Shoes to Stilettos. My story is about being bullied for years and standing on the edge of really dark thoughts. I was bullied for, being below poverty level, and my story shows how someone's weaknesses can actually become their greatest strengths. And I'm hoping to impact and indict, the courage and strength and resilience in others just through, the words in this book. So definitely encourage you to get this book.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for the vulnerability that each of you are showing. It's so touching and moving. And I know that is the purpose of our books here, is to show you the power that's in vulnerability and being vulnerable. And so I want to acknowledge everyone's courage for doing that. And if you want to enhance your courage, those of you watching, please get the book at voicesofthe21stcenturybook.com. So Cynthia Sweeney, would you like to share your chapter highlight?
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Cynthia Sweeney. I'm joining you from the East Coast of Canada, and the title of my chapter is called Say Yes to Leading the Moment. My story invites you to step into leading your moment, even if you're not ready or you're feeling uncertain or fear. As a parent and an advocate of a young transgender child, that moment when I found out who I was as a mom was when I had to choose visibility in order to help another. And it's about the power of storytelling, quiet courage, and how our collective voices together have the power to change the narrative and save lives. And I do hope that you will enjoy my chapter and read it to learn more.
Thank you for being bold about that and coming out. Yes. And Tracy, we'd love to hear about your chapter.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tracy Eman, and my story is called The Courage to Be Real, The Power of Vulnerability Online. What happens when you stop performing online and start telling the truth? I share how choosing vulnerability over perfections opens doors, builds trust, and creates a deeper human connection than I could ever imagine. I hope you'll read more.
Woo, can't wait. Lovely. And perfect. I mean, we are, this vulnerable side of us actually is quite strong. So Dr. JJ, would you share a little bit about your chapter 2?
First, I want to say thank you so much for having me. I'm back after 3.5 years being gone. But I got to talk to Ming. Ming, I can relate to you with your monsters in your head. And so in my story, which I will tell you the child in a minute, there are 2 words that I always use to shoo away those monsters. And so the way I stood strong, you know what? I had to be honest. I'm an educator, been educated up to the top to Dr. JJ. But a lot of people that know me know I do not like to read or write. Now, I said I can. I just don't like it. So I always wanted to write a book, and I wrote a workbook because it was comfortable. It's called Mirror Your Vision. But this time, I wrote a book, and I said, you know what? I'm going to write it just like I like to learn. And I know there's so many of you out there, too. It's quick. It's direct. It's to the point. And then with stops along the way, you get to reflect. Once I teach you the power of 48. Now, what's the name of my chapter? It's called, Why Can't I Get Along with You? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I'm intrigued. Let's get that. Definitely. Thank you, Dr. JJ. Samantha, would you share a little bit about your chapter?
Yeah, but that's a tough act to follow. So, I'm Samantha Savvy. I'm joining you from the middle of frozen Canada right now, and my chapter is called She Who Refused to Stay Small. And my chapter is basically an origin story of me and how I came to became an international DJ and music producer and dancer as well. And basically, when the world teaches you to be small and how you can learn to become yourself again when the world tries to put you in a box that you were never meant to be in.
Thank you for being bold and stepping out of the box. We all need that inspiration at various times in our lives. Alexandra, love to hear a little bit about your chapter 2.
Thank you, Laura. And I must say, it's such an honor and a privilege to be amongst this company and be a part of this book. I'm incredibly proud and passionate about sharing my story. So Alexandra Andre, my chapter is called My Proudest Marathon. And in this chapter, I take you on the story of becoming a new mum and setting myself the ambitious goal as a solo mum and with a 4-year-old to run a marathon. And seeing my son on the sidelines cheering me on that day is a moment that will always stay with me. And I hope that anyone who reads my chapter and is someone who gives and cares for others feels inspired to put themselves first on occasion. And if you're listening and watching this or reading it, that you feel inspired to put yourself on first on occasion, by setting a goal just for you. It's such an incredibly powerful thing to do. And my chapter is really an invitation to do just that. So grab the book, read every chapter. You will get an absolute gold nugget out of every chapter. Do yourself a favor. Thank you.
Not only will you get those golden nuggets, but like you said, you'll be inspired to go run, go do your goal. I love it. Thank you. So Kelly Stonework, would you like to share next?
Hi, everyone. My name is Kelly Stonework. The title of my chapter is Do Your Best. My dad always told me, do your best. So as you read my chapter, I want you to remember seasons change, challenges, they will come. Still, your choice to do what's right and do your best is your superpower. Thank you.
Ooh, yes, it is. Thank you. And what that reminds me of, and what so many of you have said, is that it's not always doing this alone, right? We always have a support, whether it's the advice of your father or the roots that Zan alluded to in her healing journey. So the surrounding community. Standing strong and being unstoppable isn't a solo act, but we sometimes act like it is in our world, but you'll read in these stories that it doesn't have to be. And so please get the book at voicesofthe21stcenturybook.com. And then I'd love to hear next from Fonda.
Hi, I'm Fonda Neal. I am coming to you from Virginia. The title of my chapter is The Strength You Can't See. This is a story of how my lived experience as a neurodivergent adult with ADHD and autism, as well as health challenges, impact my life as a mom, an employee, and a business owner. And despite of them, my determination, resilience, and strength continue to shine through. When I submitted my story to this edition of Voices of the 21st Century, this is my second edition, my second submission, I actually did not know I was autistic. I did not find that out until this past summer, 2026. So I hope that my story provides inspiration, encouragement, and is a source of awareness. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that personal moment. These personal moments are so powerful. Rachel, we'd love to hear about your chapter.
Hello everyone, Rachel Peach here from Melbourne, Australia. It is an absolute delight to have taken part in this project again. So the title of my chapter is Finding My Voice in the Silence, which tells the story of my journey out of a belief system that was imposed on me from birth, yet never felt like home. It traces the inner conflict of living according to expectations that didn't match my truth and the slow, courageous process of reclaiming my own voice, which is important considering it's a foundational step to being able to express yourself. And this chapter is a story of self-trust, awakening, and the quiet bravery it takes to question what you've been taught and listen instead to what you feel. My hope is that it inspires readers to reflect on their own beliefs, honor their inner knowing, and find the freedom to choose a path that genuinely resonates with who they are. Enjoy.
Yeah. Beautiful. That quiet bravery is so powerful. All right. And Tasha, would you like to share a little bit about your story?
I'm Tasha Dukas, and I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia. So my title of my chapter is From the Ashes I Rise, a journey through grief, growth, and the power to keep going. My story is shaped by grief, hardship, and the journey of rising above. And resilience is not something you were born with. And as a young teenage girl, I had to learn that it's developed through surviving life's toughest challenges. As the saying goes, the phoenix rises from the ashes. And I go deeper about this in this story. I hope that this is a reminder of, my chapter and all of our chapters, that you are strong even in your darkest hours. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. So beautiful to hear like that, the darkness is rich with our gold. And if you want to get that gold, please buy the book. Today it's on sale 99 cents on Amazon, the ebook. You'll be supporting all the women. You're taking a stand for women's voices and elevating them. And you can find that at voicesofthe21stcenturybook.com. All right, let's hear from Carmel. And why don't you unmute? Yeah. Carmel, we need you. Let's unmute you. There you go.
Great, thank you. I thought I was unmuted. That's okay. Thank you. I'm Carmel Brown, and I am joining you from Melbourne, Australia. And I'm also honoured to be part of Unstoppable Women Standing Strong and standing alongside these 36 other incredible women. In my chapter titled "The Day I Stopped Running," I share my raw and transformation, the journey. It's for anyone who's ever felt trapped in the chase for perfection and success, and whose identity is shaped by doing. My story reveals how I went from human doing to human being, and how I finally stepped off the treadmill, and that the day I stopped running was the day that I finally found myself and met the real me. And after reading my chapter, you may ask yourself the same question I did, and that's, where have I been all my life? So I encourage you to get your hands on a copy of the book.
Woohoo. And thank you for giving permission to give up perfection. Love that. All right. Kashan, we'd love to hear about you and your powerful story. Oops. There we go. Why is this not working? There she is.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kashan Parker. I am now working on my third installment, so three-time best-selling author, and I'm really excited about this installment. So I intentionally authored or co-authored my projects into these books sequentially. So this stage in the journey talks about unstoppable, and it goes into the day that everything changed. I find that many times we talk about the ever formative being unstoppable, but we don't spend a lot of time talking about the cost that it takes to be unstoppable. So my chapter takes us on a journey from the event to the call to action, and then the phoenix that rises out of the experience. So I'm excited and just grateful to be here with all of you today. Thank you.
And that's powerful to point out the cost of being unstoppable too. And how do we rise again? Beautiful. I love this. Voices of the 21st Century Book.com. If you want to get your hands on a copy of this book, it's so powerful. And you're hearing that over and over in these stories. And we have 37 beautiful authors in here. And now let's hear from Elizabeth about your story.
Elizabeth, and I'm from Sydney, Australia. My chapter is called There's a Good Double. My story explores that there's more than one path for you. It's about resilience and strength, and it comes from the deepest corners of your heart and experiences. Being unstoppable is about feel it, do it, step off the edge, and your wings will take you higher than you ever dreamed.
Thank you for inspiring us to be courageous. Ooh. And Renee, we'd love to hear about your story too.
Hello, my name is Dr. Renee Bjorg, and I am a lover. The title of my chapter is Discovering and Uncovering the Unstoppable You. One of the pearls of wisdom that you'll walk away with when you read my story is that transformation is a state of being, not a state of becoming. When you connect with and express from your divine essence, the world transforms. So I invite you to transform the world by being your true, authentic self. an unstoppable woman standing strong.
Yes, yay. We are indeed. And I would love to now hear from Violet about your story. What's the takeaway?
Yourself. Okay. Hi, my name is Violet Hobokela. I'm a migrant. I'm in the US from Africa, Tanzania. And my title is Women Unstoppable by Design. Your life needs a map. Your unique life map for success. You cannot go anywhere without a map. You were never created to be a copy of someone else's life. Your struggle, your delays, your detours are not a mistake. They are not mistakes at all. They are the sacred design of your unique life map. When you choose to be authentic you with raw experience over comparison, and you have courage over distraction no matter what, you don't just become successful woman, you become unstoppable. You give permission to other people like you can do it no matter what. I'm saying this because I have seen in my own life domestic violence, being an immigrant, especially now in America. How can you do it without a unique life map? And you cannot copy and paste. So my friend, grab this book. This is a time to be unstoppable, but you cannot do that without your own unique life map. Thank you.
And thank you for your guidance with the map. We all need one. Great. And so, Angel, love to have you share a little bit about your story.
Good afternoon. This is also my second opportunity to be a part of the group. And I swear, I thought last year I was so blown away by all the authors, and now I'm listening to everyone, and I cannot wait to get my copy of the book and read all of your chapters and be inspired. So thank you so much for sharing. My chapter is called Embody the Royal You, Aligning with Your Divinity. Last year, I was the chairwoman of a business conference that served more than 2,000 women. The theme was Embody the Royal You, but it was more than just a theme. It was a soul contract. To embody is to become the living, breathing, walking truth of who you are. It's the courage to align with your highest self, not just in vision, but in presence. Being a queen is not just symbolic. It's spiritual, strategic, and deeply personal. So, queens, it's your time. Own your crown. See if I can get it there. The world needs your royalty now more than ever. Be golden and pick up your copy of Voices of the 21st Century, Unstoppable Women Standing Strong. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. Love that. Love the tiara too. Perfect for aligning with our royal self. Cynthia Reed, would you like to go next and share a little bit about your story?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so very much, Laura, Gail. All you ladies are just amazing to me. And I say that from the humility of the deepest part of my heart, because I never thought after writing for at least 30 years that I would be a part of an international collective of this Voices of the 21st Century. And the title of my chapter is Woman Overboard, Me versus Me. The chapter begins where I talk about my conservative faith-based upbringing and how it took me literally 70 years to figure out who I really was. Being married for 50 years, you fit into a mold according to what other people say. Being a mom, being a professional, being a businesswoman, you try to please what other people are saying that pleases them. Doesn't work, because then you're embattled with your own soul. And it's like being on the sea of just rocking and rolling, and you just have no idea where you're going to land and just dock your boat, you know. And so as we go through this journey, I want women to understand when they read my chapter, Woman Overboard, Me versus Me, that you have to come to a conclusion, to seek your own peace, to embrace your own unique gifts that are God ordained, and to always tell yourself, what is it that is critical to my own self-care as far as your inner spirit is concerned? So find your solace, ladies. Share with a friend this book, this edition of Voices of the 21st Century, Unstoppable Women Standing Strong to Thine Own Self, as Shakespeare says, be true. Cynthia Lewis Reed, and I thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia, and for those beautiful reminders of standing strong and finding our peace. So Kelly Jackson, I would love to hear from you about your story and chapter.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Renee Jackson, and I just want to say I'm so honored to be a part of this Voices of the 21st Century. When I heard the theme, Unstoppable Women Standing Strong, I knew it was my time because I definitely had something to say. So my chapter is titled Unstoppable Superpower versus Kryptonite. It's about finding myself within motherhood and fulfilling the promise that I made to myself to show up with intention. I explore motherhood as both a superpower and a sacrifice, and what it means to balance all of those things we do with strength, grace, and rest. And if you want to find out what my kryptonite is, you'll have to grab the book and make sure to read my chapter. Thank you.
Oh, I totally want to know what your kryptonite is. That's great. And if you want to find out what Kelly's kryptonite is, go to Voices of the 21st Century book.com. Grab it today. It's 99 cents. We're going for bestseller. You'll be elevating these women's voices, taking a stand, and you'll find out some juicy nuggets and things and have some great stories to refer to. All right, Melissa. And if anybody else hasn't gone, please put a note in the chat for me.
Okay. Okay, can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. I am Melissa Armstrong. Oh gosh. Okay. I am a first-time contributor to this amazing association and group and collective with all of you. When I had the author interview, I had this calling, like I had to be in this chapter. I've never written anything before, but I just knew I had to be a part of it. And then when I met you all, as you recall from that first meeting, I've been hiding a little bit through this process because of my chapter. And I didn't know what I was going to write about until it came out. So that said, my chapter is called You've Always Been the Light. And I pull you into a raw glimpse of my traumatic upbringing of sexual abuse, emotional abuse, and domestic violence. My chapter details one devastating event which actually embodied and represented my entire childhood. It wasn't a one-off, it was my entire existence. So a takeaway for those, while I hope whenever you read this chapter and you read all of our chapters, you take away what you're meant to. So I just intend for you to receive any healing, inspiration, encouragement, motivation, hope that you need to take from that. It's for those who have felt so powerless when your body has been immobilized by fear and you've been overpowered by something or somebody that you can only see and feel the darkness. That's when you discover you're already the light. So I take you through my process and my life of knowing all of this darkness that happened because I was already the light, and we are all already the light. So for this first time sharing my story, I couldn't have a more safe and supportive group of women and a collective for my life to heal at a higher level now because of all of you. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank readers of this book, that you are also already the light. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing your light to our book. It is definitely a powerful story and inspirational for all of us. I wanted to share about my story, and I'm Laura Rubenstein. I've shepherded this book through to today, and it's been my honor and privilege to be among such great, fine, beautiful women who have these powerful stories. My chapter is titled Small Acts Make Us Unstoppable, and it exposes the subtle ways that women are conditioned to stay small. And it invites you to see your everyday situations in a new light, to speak up and advocate for yourself, especially when you think it's insignificant, when you're thinking it's insignificant, but actually you have a stronger feeling for it. So go ahead and read my story at voicesofthe21stcenturybook.com. And I think you'll be inspired by all of the stories as well. So I wanted to turn it back over to Gail today, because we've heard from all the authors that are here about their chapters. And Gail, I know you wanted to share a little bit more.
Yeah, and first of all, I just want to congratulate all of you as you hear these stories, listen to them. I'm just in wow of you all. You've done such great work over these past few months. And these stories come out with a lot of work from you, but they also come out with a lot of work from an incredible team. And I would just like to acknowledge that team. I was watching the team's faces as you each shared, and I tell you, it was like mama bears watching their cubs. They were so proud. And that was just really moving. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to Laura Rubenstein, Tracy Eman, Laura Baxter, Elise Abram, Charmaine Hammond, Dr. Desi, Natasha Clausen, for all your work. You have shown up with your guidance, wisdom, and care, and you have taught us, prepared us, and supported us every step of the way. You are the women who really held our hands during this journey, making the process feel lighter and clearer, and you filled us with encouragement. And I just want to say thank you to you for that. So thank you.
Yay, let's all give Laura and Charmaine and Natasha and the rest of the team, and Elise, and oh my gosh, so much good support we've had here for this. Thank you. And thank you, Gail, for the acknowledgement as well. Is there anything else you want to do with the team?
No, I'm good. I think I get everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you for being here too, team. We wanted to start to close this time together, but it would not be complete without Zan Johns reading her powerful poem that she contributed that opens the book in such a beautiful, perfect way. Zan, would you be honored, do our honor and read that for us?
I'm extremely honored. And I've got to tell you, I have to say this. Gail mentioned the mama bears. I'm a mama bear in this book. My daughter, Kelly Jackson, belongs to me. And to hear her talk about her chapter and writing about motherhood, that is just, it makes me so proud. It makes me stand even taller. And I also have to say, and my sister-in-law, Dr. J.J. Sawyer, for pulling me into the Women Speakers Association in 2020. Thank you so much. I couldn't be happier. With that, I'm going to share my poem and dedicate it to my amazing, unstoppable 36 co-authors. The poem is titled Close to the Forest and Trees. Our wondrous whole is the focal story. Grateful stalwarts grow harmoniously. We are the forest and the trees. We said yes, yes, yes to possibilities. We are oaks, aspens, and redwoods, trunks of shoulds, woulds, and I wish I coulds. Bursting at the seams, we pursue closeted dreams. Our determination can't be contained. We intentionally chose unexplored terrain. In search of truth and affection, we flourish in two directions: downward toward our unified roots, upward toward light and absolutes. We relate below and above the surface, holding space for the messy and the magical. We flow with the winds of change. We don't miss much, and as such, we are free. Our sprawling canopy lends protection. Dare to disturb us, luminous is our reflection. We are spring, the season of renewal. Obstacles become opportunities, fuel. Amid and after storms, we rebound without regret. We've endured pain we choose to forget. We've forgotten foes we choose to forgive. Like twisted trees, we live unapologetically. We are visibly strong, holding invisible trauma. Despite drama, we emerge from darkness. Prune to, it's making me, I'm feeling these words, I've got to tell you. Prune to thrive. We bear the sweetest fruits. We amplify and advocate for our children. We plant seeds where confidence breeds. May their journey be less daunting. We lock arms and stand as one. Unstoppable. We press. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Take in this cheers and love and hearts and
Thank you.
unstoppable, we press on. What a beautiful sentiment for this book today that we launch on February 3rd, 2026. Thank you, authors, for your heart and soul, for your courage and wisdom, and for standing strong and being unstoppable. Please buy the book at Voices of the 21st Century Book.com. You'll find the ebook on sale on Amazon, 99 cents, and you'll be supporting all of us and women's voices as a whole. Enjoy your day. Be unstoppable.